Hi, this is my name is Keiko. I'm from Momiji, and I will introduce a little bit about Momiji. Momiji is a non-profit supportive housing in Scarborough. We providing a service for seniors and their caregivers. So during the COVID, we have many different online program activity. If you wanted to know, please let me know. Okay. So Mabel, do you want to go next?
Sure. Hi, everyone. This is Mabel from Yihong Center. Very happy to be here and tell you a bit more about Yihong Center. So Yihong is a non-profit agency providing community support services, home support services, long-term care services, and as well as hospice. So currently, because of the pandemic, our programs, in-person programs are closed. So that's why we provide a lot of virtual programs, such as the virtual adult day programs, virtual webinars, as well as support groups. So if you would like to learn more about our programs, please go to our website. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And Jay says Chie is not here today, but so I will introduce the Japanese Social Services on behalf of Chie. So Japanese Social Services is located at the second floor at the JCCC. JSS is a non-profit agency providing a counseling and a program in Japanese and English. So during the pandemic, all the staff are working remotely. So if you have any question, you can call this number. It's showing here. And they do have a different program. For example, they have chair yoga on Monday morning at 10 o'clock and a craft club, hot lunch social, and a phone conversation with social worker, Ogenki desu ka program. So if you feel like to receive the telephone call by a social worker, please let Chie know. Thank you. So then moving on, so I will stop sharing. So I would like to introduce Mabel. So she is a director of education, research, and volunteer development at the Yihong Center for Geriatric Care. So she will talk about the positive aging from the Chinese perspective. Thank you.
Thank you, and let me share my screen. Can you all see it? Good. Thank you, Keiko-san, for the warm introduction. Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to be here to share with you some of my learning about positive aging from the Chinese perspectives. So this sessions, we will talk about the meaning of aging well from the Chinese perspective. So we will talk about some of the potential contributing factors of aging well, including the physical, mental, social, behavioral, and lifestyle factors. So make sure that I'll finish all this in 45 minutes, because I do look forward to the interactive part of this presentation so we can talk and I can learn from you. So what does it mean to age well? So there have been lots of study about this. So researchers asked older adults, so what does it mean for you to age well? Many of them say that social engagement, positive attitude, independency, being independent, as well as physical health are very important. But not too many people mention about the cognitive health as well as spirituality. It's also interesting that when researchers define positive aging or successful agings, about 1/3 of the populations are considered to be aging well. However, if you ask the older adults themselves, almost like 90% of them will tell you that they're doing well. So why there are differences and what we can do so that we can age well? So when I was looking for information to prepare this presentation, I noticed that there is a place in China, it's called Burma. It's people there, they live a long life. Many people over the age of 100, but it's a very remote as well as isolated area. But how it was discovered, I think it was about 10 years ago. There was an American cardiologist, Dr. John Day. He was in his 40s, but he was overweight and suffered from various chronic conditions like insomnia, joint diseases, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and he was on quite a few numbers of medication. But one time he was teaching in China, he heard about this place where people live long age and they're all doing very well. So he went there to visit this village and noticed that it's really a wellness Shangri-La. People are doing very well, even though they're in advanced age. It's a place where there is not too many people. They have heart disease, cancer, diabetes, obesity, dementia, depressions, or insomnia. So then he studied this group of people, and then he came back and wrote a book called The Longevity Plan, 7 Life Transforming Lessons from Ancient China. So today we are going to talk a bit more about this 7 lessons that he learned from his trip. And some of them are actually quite simple, and it's things that we can do. I always think that it's a good idea to study as well as to present topic on positive aging, because I am preparing for my own as well. So I can learn how I can do well when I age. So we talk about this place called Burma. It's in the southern Chinese province of Guangxi, is the southern part. Is near the Vietnamese border, and there are unproportionately more people over the age of 100 than other places. But this place was very remote and isolated, but I'm not so sure about after this book, and so many people want to learn about the secrets of all these people. Maybe it's not so remote and isolated anymore. We always talk about the first thing is food. Somehow I grew up in a family that food is very important. We are on what we eat, and food is medicine. When you are not feeling well, we will have the pain congee. And then when you have like a soft throat, and then you might have pear with rock sugar. You can't sleep well, maybe ginger tea with some dates. So food seems to be very important. And this is the first lesson proposed. So they talks about we should eat real food, as in like seasonal as well as locally. So that's why I look into some information in Ontario so that we can eat more locally. And I found all this information from the University of Waterloo that we have lots of very fresh produce in Ontario every season. So maybe I'll let you think about it, and maybe later on you can share some of your secret recipe with us. So during the springtime, apple, rhubarb, cucumber, beets, and cabbage would be something very seasonal, and is good for our health as well. What about the summer? There are lots of choices. We have lots of vegetables, fruits, as well as berry, like cherry, strawberry, grapes. I just can't wait till summer is here so that we can eat all this wonderful food. What about the fall time? So there is also the cranberries, the plum, the beans, as well as zucchini, and so many other choices that you can consider. And we do have a few in the winter time. The turnip, the pears, garlic, squash, and the leeks would be something that we can eat seasonally as well as locally. So it's some good ideas that you can, when you plan your meal, you can do that around the Ontario's in-season produce. Okay, another thing is to drink water before you feel thirsty. They always say that if you drink water when you are thirsty, it's a bit too late. So keep yourself hydrated. And then from some of the Chinese culture, choose the room temperature or the warm drink rather than the ice cold drinks would be something more preferred, especially during the winter times when it's cold outside. So the second learning is about maintaining a positive outlook. I really like this sunflower that seems to be very happy. So that, and in modern life, stress and anxieties are really eating up everybody. I just can ask, who is not stressful this day? Especially during the pandemic, when you go outside, you need to put on full gear and make sure that you wash your hands and you put on your mask and don't touch your face and nose and mouth. So it can be a very stressful time, and especially because of the preventive measure we have. We probably can't go out as much as we want. And then we can't see our friends as often. So it's hard to keep like a happy mood. But then studies show that if we can embrace and accept the challenges, people seems to be doing better. So it's always about the mindset, eh? And whether you are happy, you are not happy, well, it's you would have to go on. So it's your choice. And for that, I found some of the ancient Chinese learning, which I find very useful. So there is some saying, as in like this one is, life is actually very simple, but oftentimes we kind of make it more complicated. So how we can live a simple life? And then the world is full of joy, but we often have lots of undue desire that will make us not happy. Actually, this is a very good book, and I'm quite sure that many of you have heard or have read this book. And then this is a very good saying about home is actually where the heart is. So if you feel that this is a place, this is your home, then that it is. Then I think of a song, not sure whether you have heard, it's an old song called Don't Worry, Be Happy. I'm quite sure that many of you probably have heard it, and no worries, I'm not going to sing it. But I do like the first part of this song that no worries, I'm not going to sing, but I'm going to read it out to you. It's the song is actually by Bobby McFerrin. The first line is, here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry, be happy. In every life, we have some trouble, but when you worry, you make it double, which is very true. So oftentimes we say that when we are not happy, we talk to someone else, kind of like our sorrow, being like share. When we are happy, we talk about our happiness, we share our happiness with other people, it's double. So the third lesson is about connect with others, which is very important, even though we can't really see each other in person now, but with the wonderful technology, we are seeing each other using the technologies as well as online platforms. So I think the first one, we are all using it as in like to learn about new technology and see how we can use technology to stay connected and keep in touch with our friends and family. And also to make some new friends. I hope that I'm your new friends after all these sessions, and I'm glad to be one. Make new friends and stay connected in the community, which is also very important. So when they look at into this village, Bama village, they notice that the residents there actually look after each other. I have a feeling that that's what happened at Momiji, isn't it? We all share together, we all care about each other, which is very nice. So we look out for each other, we look after one another, we share food with others who might not have much, for example. And then Dr. Day also noticed that when he walked down the road, he saw an elderly woman shoveling concrete to help a relative to fix a house. So as you can see in that village, people are very supportive to each other. Not that I'm asking you to do that, but it's things that they have been doing, supporting each other in this village. And in the village, there are also multi-generations of families, as well as they share meal together. Even though now we are not advised to do it, you can always have virtual lunch or dinner with your families. Just set up a time, and then we will have same or different food together. And then they say, one of the persons said, when your life is important for others and their lives are important for you, then you are very rich. So we are not even talking about like money, but as you are rich inside. And I really like this cartoon. There is a, I hope you can see that. So is the famous Winnie the Pooh. His friend told him that you can't stay in your corner of the forest waiting for others to come to you. You have to go to them sometimes. So you can do that virtually now, but I guess when we are safe to go out to see each other in person, do make more connection with others and stay connected with others. And then the other thing is I always like to ask our older adults as well as our caregivers, whether you exercise or not. I have to confess, I'm not doing so well in this area, and I know that I should do more. But I encourage you to get yourself moving, because being stagnant may lead to imbalance of the body and also pain and discomfort. So do exercise more. I'm not talking about something like too, heavily, but as in just take a walk or some Tai Chi exercise or yoga or things that just get you moving as you're in motion. And then engage in those activities every day, regularly, gently. We do have some exercise in terms of breathing exercise in our Care Learning website. I was warned that it might not be a good idea to show video. So I'll send you the link and you can copy that link and then you can find some really good breathing exercise on our website. Because in March, we did a series of mental health support workshops. And one of them focused on breathing exercise as well as meditation. So maybe you can take a look at the videos and do some of the exercise with us. And then the fifth lesson they learn is to have a schedule and stick to your schedule so that you set up a daily routine. You get up at the same time every day. Rather than like get up at a different time of the day. And then if possible, spend some time outdoor. And then set time for regular activities, as in like joining the virtual programs or interest class, things like that. And then make sure that you exercise every day or some gentle movement, get your body moving to improve your body. And then have your meal at the regular time. Sometimes you might not want to eat, but do eat something. As we do need to, or a small portion, which is important to you. And keep in touch with families and friends, maybe a phone call or a Zoom call, so that you can be connected with your families and friends. Here is that to avoid napping during the day. Maybe a short one is good, but a long one might not be very good. As in like you take a nap in the afternoon for 2-3 hours. I doubt very much that you will be able to sleep at night, but maybe a power nap is good. We will talk about the power nap at what time later on. And then go to bed at time that fits your natural rhythms or your schedule. But talking about sleep, I do think that it's a good idea to go to bed early. So I still remember before I work 9 to 5, I probably would tend to sleep a bit late. But when you have to get to work by 9 o'clock, I doubt very much that you want to go to bed too late because you don't want to look like a zombie the next day. So go to bed early and sleep is critical for the body to rest as well as to restore. There are about 700 critical genes that need sleep to rest, to restore, to make you look young and beautiful. So sleep well. They say that it's about 7 to 8 hours if possible, but some people do well with less. But there is a saying that being asleep or go to bed before 11 p.m., especially between the times of 11 p.m. to 3 p.m., and that's good for your liver as well as your gallbladder organ system. And it's all because of this called the body clock. So in the Chinese medicine, they divided the 24 hours into different time 2-hour intervals, and it looks like our body actually works very hard, like 24/7. And at around 11 o'clock at night, your gallbladder, especially for that part, that system works. And then at 1 a.m. in the morning is the liver. And we all know that they're all important organs, but especially this one, they detox you, they do important things. So you want to make sure that you go to bed before 11 o'clock or even asleep before 11 o'clock so that your body can rest and do their work. And this is actually a chart that should give you some ideas about your body. So it suggests that if you feel not too well, or you especially at night, you get up at a particular time, then that might be an indicator that some part of your body is not right. Especially for people that they get up in the morning, early morning, like 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. It's not a good time to be up, because oftentimes it's hard to fall back to sleep. Then that might be something about the mood or the lung. So you would have to pay more attention to that. And for some people, how can I look after my heart? It's actually my personal secret that when I don't have to go to work, I like to take a nap between 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. during the day. Just a short power nap. Somehow I feel better. It's for me personally, but I'm not so sure about you, but you can definitely check this out. This is a very interesting diagram. But I guess have good rest, sleep is always good for us. And then keep yourself warm. They say that the back of your neck, or you would have, it is very vulnerable to the wind and the cold. So cover them, especially during the winter time. And then your feet as well. So especially, again, during the winter months, you want to cover them and keep them warm so that you can support the proper flow of energy in your body. Or in a way, you don't want to get cold. But keeping the neck as well as your feet warm is good for you as well as your immune system, so that hopefully we'll be more healthy and stronger. And the sixth lesson that they learn is about protecting the environment. So clean air, food, and water are very important to us. Before, Dr. Day actually publicized this Burma village. It was a very remote and isolated mountainous area. So nobody go there. So they have clean air, clean water. But now is like a hotspot for traveling. People go there, hope that they will have good health. So it might be a bit more busy now. But we need to protect the environment so that we will have clean air as well as clean water. So there's a suggestion is that use an air filter as well as try not to use too much chemical and clean with natural products would be good for our environment. And I also found this interesting information about how we can protect our environment, the Mother Earth. I'm sure that you all have heard about it. I guess the more we do, the better. Conserve water, and then reduce, reuse, recycle. I really like that shop wisely. It's not just about, well, now with the internet shopping, oftentimes we have more spare time. So just take out the phone and then do some online shoppings, and we tend to shop a bit too much. But also use reusable shopping bags if possible to save the environment. and then to educate ourselves, find something you feel interested, as well as to volunteer your time to your community. So those are very important and things that we can do. The 7 lessons that they learn is about finding or having a passion. I really like this saying. So it's that every life has a purpose. We need to let go of the past and live in the present. Do not waste today worrying about what will happen tomorrow. Embrace your true spirit. Embrace and listen to grace, and you'll be transformed in the moment. And do not fixate on what you want, but give thanks for what you have. I feel very fortunate that I have been working with older adults and caregivers for the past 20 years. Initially, I thought that I'm in the business to help people, but then I noticed that actually they enrich my life in so many ways. They have taught me so much. Tomorrow is not here yet, and yesterday has passed. So live in a moment and treasure what you have. So they do notice that the Burma people there is this person saying that I may be 108 years old, but I still have many things I would like to do. So this person actually volunteered as the town greeter in a Burma village. So told Dr. Day about that. So Dr. Day say that having a strong sense of purpose is very important in terms of building up our heart and our brain. It actually keep our blood and our energy flowing, which is a good thing for our body. So actually, this is a 7 lesson they have about living a good life, a long life. So if you'd like to find more information about our programs, like various webinars, as well as support groups, you can check out our website, which is carelearning.yihon.com. So we have videos in Chinese as well as English. So if you would like to learn more about the programs, you can email us at caregiver.edu@yihon.com or give us a call. Our number is 416-412-4571, extension 2363. So those are the references that I use, so you can take a look. I guess if we can we open the floor so we can have more interactive conversations, and we can learn from each other. So it's in a Chinese saying that it's just a little something that I sent out, but I'm going to get more. I'm going to learn from you, and let's chat.